Hello. I'm gonna give it a couple seconds for everybody to get on. Good afternoon. Let's say good morning. It's not morning. Oh, I have hat hair today, y'all. It's bad. Hey, hey, hey. Hello. How's everyone doing? Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Sunday fun day, right? Can you guys hear me okay? Woo, 20 people. Hey guys, what's up? Hello, hi. Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna give it just a couple of minutes for everyone to get on. I'm gonna go ahead and have you guys ask some questions. I've got time. So if anybody has specific questions that they want answered, just go ahead and type them in the comments. And I'll scroll back up after I get done chatting with you guys. Hello, hi everyone, hi, yay. Yes, Sunday fun day. You know what, it's actually kind of hot. I think I'm gonna take the hat off. You'll just have to excuse the, the Mufasa hair. Okay, so I'm gonna give it one more minute for people to get on. I know there was a lot of people looking forward to chatting. Hi. So full disclosure, my dog is running around here and he's kind of pissed off that he's not getting any attention right now. So he might very well come make an appearance. So it's possible. But I kicked my husband and my kids out for the day. Hey Cassie, hey Maggie. Hello. Hi Kate. Wow, lots of people. Okay. I don't want to spill my drink. Okay, so for everybody who does not know me, my name is Sarah Long. I am an exclusive Black Status presenter with Younique, and if you have no idea what the heck that means, basically it means that I work Younique full-time, and I've made it to the top of the company. So it's been a relaxing day. You actually napped? Oh, I don't know what that's like. What is napping? What is that? I don't remember. So in addition to Younique, I also have a full-time job. My husband is a disabled veteran. He is not able to work, so he is a stay-at-home dad. And we have 2 children, ages 2 and 4. So let's chat about how chaotic life is when you work 2 jobs and your husband can't work and you have 2 kids and a dog who, like I said, will probably show up at some point. So life is really crazy. My life is super chaotic. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There is something going on. Somebody needs something. My Younique team, my company, we just hit 600 presenters, which is just amazing and awesome. And, they keep me on my toes, and that's part of all of this, right? Okay, so the number one question I get all the time from presenters and then from people who aren't with Younique at all, you know what the number one question I get is how in the heck do you do it all? How do you keep it all together? And hey Brennan, I will be the first person to tell you I am not perfect, okay? I make mistakes every single day. I run around like a chicken with my head cut off a lot of the time, but you know what? Most people do that even if they don't have a full-time international makeup company that they run, right? So keep that in mind when you are worried about yourself and your business and sort of how it all goes. Just please keep in mind that even if you're not with Younique, chances are your life is crazy and you're trying to figure out how to keep it all together. So we're gonna talk about a couple of things that I do that really help keep me from feeling too overwhelmed, from feeling stressed, from feeling that I can't keep my head above water, all right? Now, that said, I even have my bad days. Everybody does, okay? So we're gonna talk about how to handle the bad days and stuff too, once we get there. So I have a list so that we don't get too sidetracked. I can tend to ramble a little bit. So number one thing, okay, and this is specifically geared towards Younique presenters, but if you're not with Younique, you can absolutely take some stuff away from this as well, okay? So first things first, set goals, okay? And when I say set goals, I'm not talking about setting a goal to say, okay, I'll use this as an example. I'm not saying, okay, I just joined Younique today and I want to be Black Status in a year, okay? One, that is an unrealistic goal. Black Status with Younique is a 3 to 5 year goal if you were to join the company today. So you need to keep that in mind. And we're going to talk about managing your expectations and stuff like that. But set goals, set attainable goals, okay? So it's really important not to have your goals so big that you feel overwhelmed just trying to think about how to reach those goals. Set attainable goals. You can actually look, if you Google SMART goals, and it's actually SMART, go to the images and look at the breakdown for that. I don't have it written down right here, but check that out. And so when you're setting your goals, make sure that you're setting realistic goals and attainable goals. So think of, okay, I want to start 3 parties, or I want to reach out to 5 new people about the opportunity today. Think about goals in a much smaller capacity than just, you know what, I want to be pink status this month. You can say you want to be pink status all day, but that's not going to get you anywhere, okay? So set attainable goals and things that you can work towards. And we're going to talk about task lists and stuff like that too. All right, the next step, and this is really, really, really important, you guys, this is probably the most important part of all of this, is you have to be able to manage your expectations and have realistic expectations. So if I tell you, okay, if I were to say, or if you were to come to me, excuse me, if you were to come to me and you say, Sarah, I want to be Black Status in 1 year, I want you to hold me accountable, then you better believe that your expectation, my expectation of you, is going to be to make some sacrifices to do the work to get there, okay? So if you have set this incredible goal for yourself, that's amazing, but you have to make sure that you're managing your expectations of your time to meet that goal. And what that kind of looks like is, let's say you want to have $2,000 in personal sales this month, right? That's a totally attainable number. But if you just say, I want to have $2,000 in personal sales, and then you go and binge watch Netflix for 12 hours, what do you think is going to happen? You're not going to get those sales, okay? So you have to manage your expectations of yourself. So if you want these great goals, that's wonderful. But you have to recognize and accept the work that you have to put in order to achieve those goals. And I think what happens a lot is people say, well, I want to be green status. I want to be a leader with Younique. That's really important to me. That's what I want to do. I want to change lives. I want to do it. And then you spend all weekend on the lake. I like the lake. I would love to spend all weekend on the lake. I think there's nothing wrong with spending all weekend on the lake. But if you have this goal over here, you need to make sure that your work is matching your goals. Otherwise, you're going to disappoint yourself because you're never going to achieve those goals. And what's going to happen? You're going to quit. And the only reason that you're quitting is because you're not achieving the goals. And the reason you're not achieving the goals is because you're not managing your expectations of what that looks like in your life. Okay? So basically, what do you do with that, right? Like, how do you, oh, I love the hearts. Thanks, guys. How do you manage your expectations? Well, like I said, set your goals, make a plan, and get there. And stop comparing yourself to other people. I'm looking at you. I'm serious when I say this. Don't compare your journey to somebody else's. And I know that it's easier said than done. And I know all of the challenges that we all face, okay? You're not going to tell me anything that I don't know as far as the challenges that you're going to come up with in this business. That's just, it's part of life. You're going to have challenges whether you have a business or not. So just deal with it, because that's just life, okay? So don't compare your journey to somebody else's. I can't compare myself to Whitney husband. And I'll use Whitney as an example because I can. Whitney's a single mom, okay? So her life looks a lot different than what my life looks like, right? So I can't compare my business to Whitney husband's business because our lives, they're very different. So our work-life balance is going to be totally different, okay? So keep that in mind. We are all on different paths, all right? And your work-life balance is independent and exclusive to your life. And that is so important to remember. My work-life balance is going to look different than yours. My work-life balance is going to look different than somebody who's shooting for pink status or blue status or green or orange or purple. It's just different, okay? It's a sidetrack. Exactly. Yes. Never, ever, 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 ever put any energy into anything negative. Ever. It's not worth it. There's no return on that energy. When you put so much out, there's no return on negative energy. It doesn't come back to you in a positive way. okay? So it's like complaining, has a $0 return investment. You can complain all day long, but what is it gonna do? Nothing. It will not get your business anywhere, and you're just wasting your time, so don't complain, okay? Okay, so how do you get organized? This is like the million-dollar question, right? How the heck do you get organized? Okay, despite what the world might have you think, it is not going onto Pinterest and pinning 300 tips for organization and going to IKEA or Bed Bath & Beyond or whatever and spending $300 on little baskets that all match. I have no problems with matching baskets. I think that they're great. You can see I have some matching baskets over here. No judgment, but that is not organization, okay? That's not organization. And I'm gonna give you guys some tricks and some tips right now for how to get organized, how to own your minutes and own your time, okay? So let me just, it's hot in here and the sun's coming through the windows and a little hot. So how do you get organized? Number one, get a planner. I don't care what brand planner you get. I don't care if it's a $5 planner from the dollar store or if it's a $50 planner from Erin Condren. I don't care. Just get a planner. It doesn't matter. This is mine, okay? So I have an Erin Condren planner. This is what I like. This is what works really well for my life. I liked the customizable one. I can see, because my kids and my husband, that's my why, you guys. I mean, that's my family. Everything I do is for my family. So having them on my planner reminds me that this is why I do what I do. This is why I work 2 jobs. This is why I bust my butt. It's for my family, okay? So keep that in mind. So get a freaking planner and use it. It is not enough, you guys. Don't just buy the planner. You have to actually use the planner, okay? How many of us have bought a planner and filled it all out with everything that we know is going on, and then we never pick it up again? Stop! You have to use the planner, okay? So get a planner, all right? I have this one. Y'all, I put everything in my planner. Everything's in my planner. Follow up with customers, follow up with team, run to the grocery store, don't forget, go pick up milk, all those things, because life is busy and life is chaotic. And if you write things down, it is a proven fact that you are more likely to remember them. So get a freaking planner. Yes, get a freaking planner. That's all anyone's gonna take away from this. But get a planner and write everything down. I am planner obsessed. I actually just ordered my 2017 planner because I started freaking out that I have things going on in 2017 that I can't put in here because I don't have a planner yet. So I just ordered a planner. And I'll get it tomorrow. I'll be excited. So anyway, so get a planner and use it, okay? Create a task list. If you do not have a task list, I want you to hold your hand out like this, your left hand, take your left hand, follow me, hold out your left hand. Do you have a task list? If the answer is no, I want you to take your right hand and I want you to slap your left hand. And I want you to tell yourself, shame on you, get a task list, okay? Every single day. I do not care what is on your task list. Your task list is your task list. It is your business. Your task list could be call your mom and follow up with 5 customers and reach out to 10 people about the opportunity and book 5 parties. Do not go to bed or watch Game of Thrones until you complete your task list, okay? That is called discipline. That is self-discipline. And that is something that is really hard when you are in business for yourself, right? Because you think, I work for myself. I love my boss. She lets me go watch Game of Thrones anytime I want. It's awesome. You know what? Game of Thrones does not pay your bills. Sorry, it just doesn't. So stick to your task list, period. This is a non-negotiable thing. Especially when you're in business for yourself, you have to have a task list and you have to stick to it. You can do this daily. You can have a weekly task list and work at it, throughout the week. I like daily task lists personally because then I remember to do everything every single day, which creates good habits, okay? And when you create good habits, you're not gonna need the task list as much because you've created that habit, sort of like the muscle memory. You're just gonna start doing these things and you're not gonna have to remind yourself to do them. Before you know it, you're gonna own all 24 hours in your day, all right? So, task lists, so important. If you are not a planner person, use your cell phone. If you have, Kayla, get a freaking planner, make a freaking task list, okay? That's what we're gonna do. If you are not a planner person, if you don't want to use a planner, if you don't want to carry one around with you, that's fine. Use your cell phone. If you have a smartphone, you have a planner, okay? I do not do well with putting things into my phone and remembering them. I don't set reminders. I'm really bad about that. So you know what? I don't do it because I know if I tell myself to do those things, I'm going to set myself up for disappointment because I'm not going to follow through with it. So I waste my time because I'm not going to do it. My husband, he's all about his cell phone, his calendar, his doctor's appointments, everything's on his phone. That's great. Doesn't work for me, so it works for him. So if that might work for you, then do that, okay? So use your phone. So we also have a calendar. So my husband has his cell phone, which he basically uses as a planner. I have my planner. I take this planner with me everywhere I go. It's always in my purse. I always have my planner, no matter what. But then on top of that, we also have a home calendar that we have up on the wall. It's actually, I'm sitting like in our living desk area, whatever. So we have a calendar up on the wall, and that reminds us of things like doctor's appointments, dinner parties, you know, events that we've been invited to, stuff like that. We don't put everything on the calendar, but we do put activities on the calendar. You know, preschool, outings, this, blah, blah, blah. We put all of that on the calendar, and then we see those things every single day. And that reminds us, oh, hey, Friday night, I can't do that home party because Kylie, you know, our oldest daughter might have a preschool gathering or what have you. So keep that in mind. So home calendar. Yes, Brennan, we're going to get to communication, I promise. Next up, and this is for all you moms out there, okay? Especially if you work outside of the home and Younique. Guys, this is like the holy grail of organization. Are you ready? Listen in really closely because what I'm going to tell you right now is probably something you already know, but something you probably don't do. So pay attention. Plan your dinners. You know how much this thing cost me? Like $3. You know why? Because this is a $2 picture frame from Walmart or the dollar store. I don't even remember where I got it. Probably Walmart. It's just an 8.5 by 11 picture frame. This silver thing inside of here is scrapbook paper. Probably also purchased at Walmart for like, I don't know, a penny. And then guess what? What does that say? I use a dry erase marker and I write down dinners every single day. So for the week. So you can look on Saturdays. Usually Saturdays is when I do my grocery shopping. And when I go grocery shopping, I plan out, okay, what meals are we gonna have this week? What are we gonna cook? What's for lunch? What's for dinner? And then when I get home from grocery shopping, I write it out. This day we're gonna have this, and I have all of that. Now, this is huge for me because I work 4 days a week. I work Monday through Thursday. I work 10-hour shifts, sometimes 11, depending. And then I have a 45-minute commute both ways. So I'm gone 12 hours a day minimum on work days. So Monday through Thursday, I'm not home. I leave at 7 o'clock in the morning and I get home at 7 o'clock at night. So by the time I get home, I don't want to have to think about what's for dinner. I want it to be ready, you know, kind of ready to go. So make sure that you stick to that and stick to that. It's not enough to put it there on the wall and not stick to it, because what ends up happening? You end up eating cereal for dinner 3 nights a week, and you run by Chick-fil-A on the way home to grab this, that, or the other. Guys, you're not gonna tell me anything I haven't done myself, trust me. I am not always perfect at this, but these are the things that when you're creating these habits and you're consistent with them, they will really, really, really help alleviate time, stress, wasting money, you know, all sorts of things like that. So make sure that you stick to that. Denise, I don't judge cereal dinners. They're kind of my favorite. Like if I could have a bowl of Reese's Puffs for dinner 6 nights a week and just cook once a week, I would be so happy. Yes. So yeah, exactly, Brittany, exactly. It causes more stress when we throw away food. I'm like, oh my God, there's just money. I'm just throwing money away. Just here you go, trash, garbage man. Just take all my dollars. Come on, you have to stick to these plans, okay? Really discipline yourself to stick to these plans. A really great way to help you with, at least with dinner stuff, for me, what I do is, so Saturdays I do grocery shopping, plan all my meals for the week, and then on Sunday morning, usually right after I've had coffee, I will do my meal prep and I will set everything out. Like I'll chop the vegetables, I'll make the salads, like wash everything, get it all together and ready. That way, Monday night after work, when I need to put chicken and potatoes and vegetables in the oven, I don't have to spend 30 minutes cooking and prepping and getting all of that done. It's already done. Okay, and then it makes it so much easier because you just turn on the oven, pop it in, boom, bada bing, bada boom, done. You're good. Okay, so, oh yes, always coffee. I don't know how you mutants who don't drink coffee survive. I would die. So, but I live in the Pacific Northwest. It's kind of a thing here. Okay. Okay, next up. This one's really important too. Communicate. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Like I said, between my husband and I, we have 3 calendars. So he has his calendar, I have my calendar, and then we have the family calendar, right? And it kind of keeps everything in stitches and everything together. If you have goals, say I'm going to use Younique as an example, obviously, because most people here are with Younique. That takes a lot of work. Okay, if you're building a business, it takes a lot of work. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a lot of freaking work. So your spouse, your partner, whether boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever, they need to be on board. They don't necessarily, I know a lot of people have husbands and significant others who don't support them, and that, we're not going to talk about that right now, but your role is to communicate what you need from your spouse to support you in your business, okay? And this, I really can't stress this enough. And I'm not just talking about your spouse, I'm talking about your kids too. So like, I know we have a lot of single moms out there, you know, maybe wives with deployed husbands, what have you. So just communicate with your roommates, your friends, your children. You know, sometimes mommy's not going to be able to play, and that's okay. You have to forgive yourself for that. You can't always play. It's not the end of the world. They're not going to die if you don't get to play with them right now. You know, same with your spouse. So the month that my team and I pushed for Black Status, the month that we did that, I told my husband, I said, hey, I'm going to run for Black this month. And his exact words were, I'll see you in a month, because he knows, now at the time, you know, I'd already been with Younique like a year and a half. So he knows what promotion months involve. Like he knows promotion months, bye. You guys are on your own. It's frozen pizza. I love you. I'll snuggle as soon as I, you know, as much as I can, but see you later. Bye. I have to work. You know, and that's kind of comes with sacrifices, and we'll talk about that in a second, but it was the same thing when I was pushing for Black Status. So for those of you who are building your business, who are still building your business, to that point, it is really important that you communicate with your spouse what you need and how you need them to support you. For us, that looked like, hey, I need you to put them to bed this week. You know, I'm not going to be able to stay up and put them to bed because I need to go and explain products to my team. I need to go do these parties. I need to, you know, XYZ, whatever your task list looks like, right? So communicate with your spouse, guys. Really, really, really communicate with your kids. I am by no means a perfect mom. I am not a perfect mom. I don't claim to be a perfect mom. And I think that that's important too. Don't try to do it all. You can't. Just don't even try. Okay, so communicate. Another really, really big one, and this is probably going to confuse you guys until I explain it. Yes, exactly, Brandy, that's the thing. You just tell them, just communicate with them, you know, give them the tools that they need to be able to support you how you need to be supported. Because if you're just playing on your phone, all that it looks like to them is that you're ignoring them and that you're just playing on your phone. But if you say, hey, I have about 300 messages to send out to clients, to hostesses, to my team, to my upline. I want to watch 2 new training webinars. I need you to handle the kids for a few hours. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. And if that's going to cause problems in your marriage, that is a different conversation and one that I don't want any part of. But you know, just keep that in mind, guys. You guys are a team, and in order for him to support you the way that you need supported, he needs you to communicate with him. So keep that in mind. Okay, stop multitasking. Can anybody even believe that I just said that? Nobody could. Like, I think we just lost like 20 viewers when I said stop multitasking. Do you know why I said stop multitasking? Because when you are multitasking, you are not giving anything 100%. Nothing. You're not doing yourself any favors. Now, I am not talking about helping your kids with homework while you cook dinner. That is fine multitasking. What I am talking about is watching Game of Thrones while trying to run a Facebook party. You're not giving it all 100%, okay? Focused attention. So when I'm saying, one of the big things that I believe in, and we'll kind of get to this too, is when you are focusing on an activity, 100% of your attention needs to be on that activity. And I am talking about all of it. Kids, spouse, cleaning, business, whatever. When it's my time with my kids, my phone is off. It is in the other room. It is far away. I don't want any part of it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to hear the little dings, all of those things. When you put it to the side and you focus on the task at hand, you're going to be more efficient, guaranteed. Okay, so I'm all about multitasking for a lot of things, but what I am not okay with multitasking is family time, period. When I'm with my kids, I'm with my kids. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is just time with my kids. When it's time for my husband and I to spend some time together, it's phones off, kids in bed. If we're gonna watch a movie, we're gonna watch a movie. If we wanna sit on the couch and talk, then that's it. He gets 100% of my attention during those times. And the same goes for your business, okay? And this is really hard to do, and I understand that, but you have to, again, make the decision to do it. 99% of this is gonna be you making the decision to be organized and to manage your time, okay? So, stay disciplined. No scrolling Facebook. No scrolling Facebook. Did you know, you unique ladies, did you know that scrolling Facebook is not actually working your business? Did you guys know that? It's not working your business. If you spend 2 hours working your business and you're scrolling Facebook and you're talking to Y sisters, that's not work. I'm sorry, I would love to just sit and play on Facebook all day and get paid for it, but that's not how it works. Stop scrolling Facebook. It's not an income producing activity. If you need income producing activities, you can go to YouTube, you can search for them, you can ask your upline elite, you can ask your upline black status for income producing activities. But I can tell you right now what they're gonna say. Book parties, share products, sell products, offer the opportunity. Book, sell, sponsor. That's really it. Rinse, wash, repeat. It's that simple. It's really, really, really simple work. It's not complicated, okay? So stop scrolling Facebook. You're not working. That's not working. You're wasting your time. And then you spend 5 hours working, right? You're scrolling Facebook and you're so busy, and maybe you made a post and maybe you posted in your group, and maybe you watched a video, but you definitely liked and commented on like 50 people's things, and most of them are probably Y sisters. And guess what? Before you know it, the day's gone and you haven't accomplished anything and you didn't sell anything. Well, what the heck happened to all that time? You just wasted all that time. Well, now you're frustrated, so you're gonna go watch Game of Thrones. So now you've wasted 7 or 8 hours. You haven't done anything. And then your husband's pissed off because you're not making any money and all you do is play on Facebook all day. Does this sound familiar at all? It's okay, all right? Just change it, okay? Just change it. So, stay disciplined. Commit yourself to whatever the task at hand is. Maybe it's family time. Maybe it's your Facebook parties. Maybe it's your team. Maybe it's your business. Whatever that is to you, okay? And remember, it's different for everybody. Whatever it is for you, you have to commit to it. You really have to commit to it. But that's a decision. You have to make the decision to commit, and then you take action, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what you do. Decisions, commitment without action, those are just dreams. I'm sorry. I know that that's harsh. I'm not trying to give you guys tough love, but I'm just saying, when you commit to something and you decide to do it, if you don't follow that through with action, guess what? Nothing's going to happen. You're not going to get any results. And then when you don't get the results, you're going to get pissed off because you don't have any results and you're doing all this work, but you're not actually working. You're playing on Facebook. Okay? So keep that in mind. Okay. So how do you avoid burnout? This is another one that I get all the time. Before I do this, it's really hot in here right now, actually. How do you avoid burning out? Guys, I work 2 jobs. I have 2 kids. Let me tell you something. Burnout is a real thing, and I've been there, and it sucks. And here's what you need to know. You have to give yourself some grace, okay? And this is really important because after you've spent 8 hours playing on Facebook and you're not actually doing anything and you watch Game of Thrones and you're frustrated, sometimes you have to audit yourself and you have to say, okay, what did I do or didn't I do that was productive today? And how can I do better? And instead of beating yourself up over it, just move on. Let it go. The next day, start anew and do it the right way, okay? But give yourself some grace, okay? You're not going to be the perfect mom. You're not going to be the perfect leader. You're not going to be the perfect wife. Guess what? That's life. That's just the way that it is, okay? So stop being a perfectionist. It's not going to serve you. It doesn't do anything for you. This is really hard for me to say because I am a super perfectionist, right? Well, I used to be. I'm not as much anymore. It's actually gotten a lot better since I had kids because I just had to accept that, you know what? I'm not Superwoman. Guess what? I make mistakes. Sometimes we have frozen pizza for dinner, and that's just the way that it is. Like, what are you going to do, right? You have to give yourself some grace. When you're doing the best that you can consistently every single day, over time your best becomes better, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be some bad days. That doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes. What you have to do is let yourself make those mistakes and move on, okay? And don't harp on it. Give yourself a little bit of grace. You are going to have to make some sacrifices. So this is something that a lot of people don't like to hear, but it goes back to managing your expectations. So like I said in the beginning, if you joined Younique yesterday and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make black status. I'm gonna hit black status. Woo, I'm gonna do it in a year. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. That's great. Hey, you know what? Do it. But recognize that in order to do that, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. You're gonna have to stop watching Game of Thrones. I didn't watch TV for like almost 2 years. And I still really don't watch much television. Like my husband and I will have a show that we'll watch, you know, a couple nights a week or whatever, but I don't really watch TV. You know why? Because I'm building a business. So what's gonna pay me back? Is Homeland or Grey's Anatomy, are they paying my bills? No, they're not paying my bills. So they get cut, right? Those are sacrifices. Tonight, for example, I'm sacrificing time with my family. I don't do this often, but when I do it, it's because there's a reason for it. Like tonight, I'm not gonna make it to our Sunday family dinner. My husband and my kids went. They're up at my aunt's house. They're going to Sunday family dinner. We have Sunday family dinner every single Sunday. Normally, you know, my aunt and I alternate. Normally, I am there. But tonight, I have a lot of work to do. My husband's going out of town in a week or something like that, and he's gonna be gone for a week. So I'm preparing myself now for what all is going to happen the week that he's gone, because I have things to do that I'm not gonna be able to get to. So I'm gonna do them today. I'm sacrificing some family time on a Sunday night, which I don't like to do, but you know what? This stuff has to get done, and there's only one way for it to get done. I can't pay somebody else to do it. I need to be the one to do it. So I'm missing family dinner tonight, but that's okay because I have other things to do. I'm building a business. I'm not playing on Facebook. I'm not gonna sit here and watch Game of Thrones all night. You know what? I keep saying Game of Thrones. I've never even watched Game of Thrones. I don't even know what that show's about. I just see people talking about it, so I figure it's probably a popular show. So just keep that in mind. You are gonna have to make some sacrifices to meet the expectations of your goals. You have to accept that you're gonna have to make sacrifices to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. If those are goals, if they're big goals, if you're talking about green status, orange, purple, black, guys, it takes sacrifices. It takes work. You know, people don't want to hear that, but it's just the way that it is. It's just, there's a reason that there's over 500,000 presenters and you know, like 200 of us have hit black status. It's not because that the other 400 and, you know, whatever, 980,000 presenters aren't good. It's that we are the ones who have committed, who have made the sacrifices, who have stayed determined, who have not let our excuses overwhelm us and get us, you know, break us down. So that is important to remember, okay? And last but not least, before we take off and, well, we'll all open for questions, Ignore your excuses. They don't matter. Excuses don't pay bills. Sorry. For me, this business has always been about paying bills. I joined to pay bills. I'm still in it because I have to pay bills. I have family to take care of. Like I said, my husband can't work. Like, it's me. It's all me. So I got bills to pay. I got 2 kids to take care of, right? We have a house, we have a dog, we have bills. So my excuses, they're not gonna pay those bills. They're not serving me. My excuses don't pay me back. I can give you excuses all day, every day. I have so many that I could just be like, well, you know what, I never see my kids, so when I get home, I only want to spend time with my kids and I'm not gonna work on my business and I'll work on it on Fridays. Well, that's great. But I can't expect there to be any return on results if I'm not putting in the work, right? So instead, I divvy up my time, okay? We all get the same 24 hours in a day. Every single one of us. Nobody cheats time. We have 24 hours. You have to make those 24 hours count. Only you. I can't tell you how to make your life and honor your work-life balance. I can't tell you how to do that. You have to figure that out. Because for me, it's different than it's going to be for you. Somebody who works 5 days a week, random days, your work-life balance is going to look different than mine. I have a great work schedule. I mean, yeah, I work, you know, I have 12 hours of my day completely devoted to my other job for 4 days a week, but then I also have Fridays, Saturdays, and Sunday that I can kind of make up for stuff. So for me, my work-life balance is going to look different than yours. For Brennan, who's on here, Brennan's a stay-at-home mom. Brennan is a total boss babe. She's got an awesome company with Younique. Her husband works a lot. Her work-life balance is going to look different than mine because we're different people. So don't hold yourself to the standard that I hold myself to. You have to determine your own standard. You have to decide what the results are, and then you have to reverse engineer your time so that you can make it all work. But it's commitment and it's action. That is the number one thing, you guys. You have to take action. Because if you're doing all of these things and you're, you know, say you go and buy a planner and you get it all organized and you've got your calendar and you clean out your house and you clean out your closets and everything's on point, everything's ready, and you're so excited because it's all just gonna fall into place and everything's just gonna be amazing, but then you don't act on it, all of that was for nothing. So you can't do that. It's not gonna do you any good, all right? So take action. Don't let your excuses get to you, okay? So, does anybody have any questions? Decide what you want and what you will sacrifice. Exactly. You're not going to get big results without big sacrifices. You're just not. It's just the way that it is. I mean, nobody really likes that, but it's just the way, it's just the way that the cookie crumbles, you guys. Nobody who built a business did it without making some sacrifices. You know, for me, those sacrifices came in many forms. They came in the form of, I stopped going. My husband and I really liked to go to trivia night. When we lived in Georgia, we would go to trivia every Wednesday night. We stopped going to trivia night, not because I didn't want to go to trivia night with my husband, but because I was building a business, and that was one of those things that I can cut. That was an area of my life that I could get, you know, I could gain 4 hours back, and so that was 4 hours that I was able to give focused attention to my business, and that's a big thing too. Stop scrolling Facebook. So just keep that in mind, you guys. If you want the big results, you're going to have to make the big sacrifices, okay? Goals, commitment, decisions, that's all well and good, but unless there's action behind it, it's just talk. And you're just lying to yourself. And that's just, you know, I hate that sounds ugly. I don't mean it to be ugly. I'm just being real with you guys. Like, you're just lying to yourself. If you're telling yourself that you're going to do all of these things, and then you get frustrated when they don't happen, but you never actually took the action you needed to take, you're just lying to yourself. And what's the point, right? What's the point? So, does anybody have any questions? It doesn't have to necessarily be like Younique related. Love you too, Mandy. Hello. Can be anything. I also put a video on my YouTube today, FYI. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can go to videos. I'm going to give you the words. Videos.Sarah with an H. It's the only way to spell it. Sorry. Kelley, Kelley, long, long.com. okay? And I'll drop the link in the comments too. Back to Facebook. How do I balance building relationships without liking and commenting on posts? Tracy, sorry, I'm really thirsty. That's a good question. So I think it's fine to spend some focused time liking and commenting on posts that are not Younique presenters, that are people that you're trying to get closer with, people that you're trying to reconnect with, and things like that. That's fine. I'm talking about scrolling through Facebook and going and watching Kelsey Stacy and Whitney Husband and Lauren Pipak and Amber Voigt and looking at all of their posts and chatting about Younique this and Younique that. I get it. It's exciting. Everybody loves it. It's a wonderful company. It's changed my life in so many ways. But spending time on things that don't have a return of investment is wasting your time. And I'll show you one of the things that I did. I actually have it right here because that's what I'm going to work on next. One of the things that I did was I printed out my friends list. Yeah, that's a lot of paper. Like, I actually kind of feel bad about it because it's a lot of freaking paper. But whatever. I printed out my friends list, okay? And so on this friends list, I highlighted in different colors who is a Younique presenter, who's not a Younique presenter, who might be like a sideline sister, corporate employees, things like that. So that I know whose Facebook pages I need to not be spending time on. Like, I love, like, Brennan is she's a Black Status presenter. She's a friend of mine. I love her to death. But I don't go to Brennan's Facebook page and look at her posts. Actually, I think I might have even unfollowed you. No offense, I love you. But, you know, that kind of stuff is just, it's a time suck. It will, you know, it's one thing if you have some downtime and you want to go, like, check in with all your wife sisters and stuff like that, and that's fine. But if you are looking to spend specific time working on income producing activities, you need to be going to specific people's Facebook pages, and that would be a great conversation for you to have with your upline elite or your upline black to talk with them about, you know, who you need to be contacting and how you need to be contacting them and things like that. The biggest thing that I can tell you, and this is what I truly believe in, build genuine relationships, you guys. Don't be fake. You know, our this industry has kind of a stigma attached to it, and you know, people think that you're only interested in being their friend because you want to make money off of them, and that's just not the case for me. And I really believe in coaching that and teaching that to your teams. You know, I don't think that there's anything wrong with having relationships with your Younique sisters. I think that that's all well and good, but I do think that it will waste your time. But I would urge you to spend your time building genuine, keyword there is genuine, relationships with people who are not in Younique. You know, and if they decide that Younique is for them, that's great. And if they don't, that's fine too. And you really have to understand that. Because otherwise, you know, you're going to come across as somebody who's only interested in people for their money. And that's just not the way to be. You know, that's just kind of a tacky way to run a business. And it's not what I coach. It's not what I believe in. So just keep that in mind. That's just my personal tidbit. All right, let me scroll up for questions here. Okay. Jasmine, of course, you're welcome. Thanks for watching, girl. Hey, Chantel. Lake, I'm sorry that I cut out. I've never actually talked about Power Hour. Ella Whitaker has a really great training on Power Hour. But basically it's just that. It's just you know, give yourself a block of time. It doesn't have to be an hour. It can be 30 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. Again, whatever's going to work for your schedule, and you focus on certain activities in that time. So instead of scrolling around on Facebook, you spend that 1 hour only doing income producing activities. And then when at the end of it, you're like, whoa, completed my task list, I'm done. Now I can go watch Game of Thrones, or I can go play with my kids, or I can spend another hour working, or whatever you want to do with your time. Okay, it's your time. Let's see. You're about to do your first vendor event. Any suggestions? Jessica, I saw that comment in our team page. I will talk to you about that in the team page. Let's see. Being real and relational. Yes, it's so important, you guys. Be authentic and be genuine to who you are. You know, just don't. Palette 2, girl. Palette 2. Thank you. Yeah. Be genuine. Don't build fake relationships. I mean, be real. you know, I'm a tell it like it is kind of person. I've always been that way. I have tamed myself a little bit over the last couple of years. I've calmed down a little bit. I used to be kind of a hothead. But you know, I'm very much a tell it like it is person. And so I tend to be friends with people who are very similar to that. So that's really important. So that's something that's really, really, really important to do. Does anyone else have any questions before we take off? And just in case you guys didn't catch it, I did put a video up on my YouTube channel this morning. I made it this morning. The audio is a little funky on it. It's like my computer had a hard time picking up my voice. So I recommend using headphones to listen to it. The headphones helped. When I was listening to the playback, I was like, oh crap, screwed up. But I don't have time to remake another one, right? Because that's a waste of my time. So I made one video. It's a one take, one and done, just the way that it is. So it's a little messy. You've been told you're a hothead? Yeah, I mean, you know, I used to be pretty bad. I've changed a lot. I've grown up a lot the last couple of years. It's easy, right, sometimes to just like kind of pop off, but I mean, you can't. You don't want to be tacky about it. Okay, anybody else have anything? You guys have any questions? Anything I can help you with? I have a few minutes because I do have some other stuff to do, but I have some time. Don't apologize, girl. It's good. I just want to post the links for that in the team page. So if I tell you them now, I'll forget to post them in the team page, and I want other people to see them too. So, okay. Well, awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We had amazing interaction. I feel like this was a good live. I hope you guys all got something from it. I hope that it helped you in some way. Of course, Brennan, no problem. Makes me happy. Something I'm a little passionate about. And just remember, guys, like I said, nobody's perfect at this stuff, okay? Trust me, there's plenty of days that I feel like I am failing at everything. But you know what? That's going to happen whether I'm running a business or not. So, you know, especially you have to remember you're building a business, and that takes a lot of work, and that takes a lot of time. And, you know, you have to remember that there's going to be a few years where you have to make some sacrifices if you want the big results. It's just the way that it is. Alrighty. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday. Have a good time.